There's only two of us.
There is another out there.
It's you.
How do you know about that symbol?
It doesn't make sense. This random person, she's the one who's supposed to replace Macy?
Something is coming. We're gonna need her.
Bentley from Next Star.
Perfect. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Melonie and Sarah, I want to talk about the power of three, but not necessarily with the characters, but as far as actors are concerned. After you spent 3 seasons with the same 3 people working so closely together, can you just talk about transitioning to a new part of that triumphant, and without giving away any spoilers, just about the changes and how it feels, and just dealing with the new power of 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were just talking about how it's kind of interesting. Every season has had a very different vibe, whether it's noticeable to the audience or not. And I think it probably is. Every season has just felt like an evolution to get to where we are. And I think it's just been really fun to have a new, different energy come in, and something different to play with, and kind of change the dynamic of the sisters, because they are all so different. And our new charmed one, played by Lucy Barrett, is so different from Macy's character. And yeah, it just brings like a new energy that I think is really fun to play with, and I hope that comes across in the season.
Yeah, like Lucy Barrett, she's awesome. She's Australian. She's really fun. She's really fun, and she's positive and she's kind, and like it's just it's always nice to, as an actor, to have a new sparring partner in scenes. And like season 4 of a show, I think it's kind of a good time to like do that if you were going to do it.
Yeah,
and I think yeah, keep it fresh. And I think we've been really lucky. And I think it's good as for us as actors, but also as characters too, because, with Macy's death, like they're both really grieving. And I think the lightness of her character kind of helps them get over it. Well, not get over it, but try their best to get over it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up we have James. James, you're Down and Nerdy podcast.
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Doing very well, thank you. Now, obviously, you guys are in a tough spot as the season starts out, and grieving obviously takes time as well. But being the Charmed Ones, there's always threats that need taken care of. So given that, do you feel like Mel and Maggie even have the opportunity to grieve Macy properly?
Well, when we see them, it's been, I believe, 6 months post her death. And I think even now at the end of the season, I don't think they're ever going to really completely forget her or recover from that kind of thing happening to them as sisters. But they definitely have 2 different ways of coping. Like Mel is just going balls to the wall, going to the bars, dating the girls, drinking, and yeah, I think it's been really fun to play that, and to see Mel having fun versus her trying to control everything. And I think the audience will have a lot of fun seeing her do that too, because I think a lot of people can relate. You kind of get really depressed, or you kind of just like try to forget everything, and and that's where we find her in the beginning of the season.
All right, next up is Kristin Maldonado.
Hi. So I am so excited for you guys to return and to see all those magical creatures, especially ones that we saw from season 1 coming back. So what was it like sort of going back to those roots? I know we get to see, like Chloe the Pixie and things like that. That was so exciting. What was that like for you guys?
So fun. Emily Bader, who plays Chloe, is just like a joy to be around and a joy to watch. So it was really cool having like tying in the first season to the fourth season because it's been so long, and just we get to meet really new exciting characters. We get to revisit old characters, and it's just the nature of a magic show is that anything can really happen. So it's been really fun getting to do different things that maybe I wouldn't get to do on a normal project. And I just hope that the audience sees our joy and feels the same.
We have a new set called the Blue Camellia, which is where we're going to be meeting a lot of these magical characters. And even for me, like sometimes I'll be sitting in hair and makeup and I'll be like, oh my God, like that's a new person. That's a like crazy shit. Like, like leprechauns. And like, it's just so cool to see like the people and the characters that come out of our trailer.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a little world. And so it definitely keeps work fun. And I think people are going to enjoy a lot of the characters this season.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Kristin. Next up is Trey from Shadow and Act.
Hi, thanks for chatting with us today. I'm so excited to talk with you both.
Hi, likewise.
So I want to ask you both, you are several seasons now into Charmed. Season 4, how does it feel to be in season 4? And did you ever think that this show would be able to have like such a cult-like following like the original series and have dedicated fans and, you know, just be this long-running show already?
I mean, you never really know with a show. Like it could totally take off. It could not, and then take off later in the game. And I think it's always, you know, with reboots, it can be a little nerve-wracking. You're stepping into territory that's already been charted. But from the get-go, I think we just tried to put our own spin on it, and it's been really lovely seeing people be receptive to it and to women who look like us, and it's been a real gift.
Yeah, I mean, just to say, like, to piggyback off of what Sarah was saying, it is nerve-wracking kind of coming into a reboot that was so beloved. And, you know, nobody has a crystal ball and we can't tell how people are going to be responding or, you know, welcoming the new girls. But I'm thrilled and happy that we've gone to season 4 and that, in fact, people are still watching this show and they are responding to our stories. And that to me is really rad. It's just like to be a working actor is, you know, is awesome. And especially because I feel like a lot of our fan base is so young.
Yeah.
That I feel like it's great that we get to tell these stories to like a younger generation.
Yeah, it's a gift.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Thank you.
Right. Next we have Craig Byrne from K-Site TV.
Hey, to run after the episode has aired, can you talk about how the new Charmed One's abilities help the power of all three of you?
Yeah, Mel, what do you think?
Well, that's the thing is that, like, I think, like, Kayla is kind of learning her new power, and we are also learning it with her. So as you see the episodes, there are ways that she helps us that are really interesting and surprising and innovative. We're like, whoa, she did that to help, like, whoa, like that just solved the puzzle.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really innovative way to deal with magic that the girls haven't really dealt with before. And it's a really good problem solver.
Definitely.
I hope that answers the question.
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, next we have Jamie Steinberg.
Hi, thank you guys so much for your time.
Absolutely.
There are some we've got to see a couple of the starter episodes for this season, but what are some of your favorites that you filmed so far without giving away, obviously, spoilers of what happens? If you both could talk about maybe your favorite episode so far.
Well, my favorite episode is actually the one that we have coming up next, episode 11, just because I get to do something very fun that I've kind of been wanting to do some version of since we started the show. I had I can't really give anything away, but like I had really exciting fitting, and I get to do some stunt stuff, And yeah, it's just really fun. And like I said, when you do a magic show, it provides all these opportunities to do weird, wacky things. So yeah, I'm really excited for people to see that.
I think it was like 2 episodes ago where I have this really cool fight scene, and I like last season I was pregnant and like and you know, this year I was kind of recovering, and like I finally I got to like do this awesome fight scene and kick some ass, and I was just like, yeah, like I just felt back as a character and as a person, and like it was just really fun for me.
I'll also add that Rupert's episode this year
oh yeah, that's a good
was so fun, and I can't wait for people to see what we're doing in that episode, because it's something that's like kind of highly requested, I think. Yeah,
Great tease, thank you.
Next, we have Raul from Popwire.
Hey Sarah, hey Melonie.
Hi.
So I loved the introduction of the new Charmed One. I feel like she was instantly extremely likable. And her name has already been floating around online, but not her power. Without giving anything away, what can you tease about the new Charmed One that will get fans hyped up about this new character?
Well, her power is definitely tied to her passion in life. I think her power is kind of comes to the surface in an interesting way and is a reflection of who she is as a person, without giving too much away. It's a very useful power, and like Mel was saying, it helps us sort of like think ourselves out of situations, get out of sticky situations that maybe otherwise would have been, you know, unfixable. So yeah, it's a very useful power.
Well said. It's so hard to say it without like.
I know. Like, how do I?
It's really hard because it's. Sometimes I'm like, even when I describe her power, it's kind of hard to do that too.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of hard until you see it, which we haven't really seen it yet.
Without
But
talking about her power though, like what kind of traits does she have that you think people will like attach to or like about her?
I think she's really fun. I think she's fun. She's funny,
artistic.
I think she's a little wild, and I think
like a free spirit.
And I think, you know, because the world, you know, the magic world with all this shit happening is very kind of like heavy, and I think she really gives a lightness to it that yeah, I think you're right. She absolutely is very likable, and I feel like that energy kind of changes how the girls feel.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next up is Kuya from Nerds of Color.
Hey, thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Melonie. I'm really happy to talk to you guys. My daughter's going to geek out because Charmed is an institution when she's with her Lola. They watch you guys constantly together. It was beautiful. So
amazing.
Thank you. So when you got the go-ahead for season 4, what were you looking forward to the most on a personal level and on a character level?
Mel, you want to go first?
I was looking forward to a power upgrade, not gonna lie.
Totally.
Like, what is Mel gonna, you know, do now? And I'm really liking it. I'll tell you that. It's been really fun. And on a personal level, it's just kind of like I was looking forward to doing more stunts. I wanted Mel to have more like relationship stuff happen. I wanted her to kind of like loosen up a little bit. And I think you'll definitely kind of see that in season 4.
For Maggie, it's hard because I didn't really know where we were going to go with it. But, you know, having conversations with the showrunners and everything, I sort of discovered that we would see this other side of Maggie that we haven't really touched on yet, a more intense side of her, which is really fun because obviously you want to do it all as an actor, and we've seen the light side of her. And right out of the gate in the first episode, she's pretty tough. And personally, like I was saying earlier, every season has just looked so different and felt so different from the inside and probably out as well. So I was just excited for another, what are we going to get? What's happening next? Keeps me on my toes. Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you both so much. My daughter's going to geek when she sees this.
Awesome.
Okay, we're going to get another question from Rick Bentley.
Thank you. Melanie, Sarah, there's plenty of reason to praise this show. I'm just curious, when you talk to fans and people about it, what are the first things they point out of the strengths of it? Is it the diversity of the show? Is it its strong females? Is it just the fun of the magic? What are the things that they point out first about the show that they like?
I think people really respond to the diversity of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can't even tell you how many times I get like messages being like, you know, you look like me, or like you look like my cousin, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, you know, that kind of representation goes so far. And yeah, I'm glad to be a part of it. I think the sisterhood is a big part of it. People tend to really respond to like sisters kind of problem solving personal life stuff and also magic life stuff. Anything else, Sarah? What do you think?
I think for all the characters, but especially Maggie in the last season, we touch a lot on anxiety disorder and panic attacks, which I've received like countless messages saying it's amazing to see that on screen, because a lot of the times, you know, more mainstream shows, we don't show that. I'm kind of scared to talk about it, but it's a very real part of being a human being. It's a real part of my personal journey. So being able to share that on screen and let people know that, it's normal, is a real gift. People seem to respond really well too.
Thank you.
And sorry, Christiane, we didn't even get you in there from Sci-Fi Vision. Jump in and ask a question.
Hi there. So with season 4, you have a new dynamic, I would assume, with a new cast member. And can you tell me a little bit about with your other, you know, counterparts with Harry and Jordan, like if things get changed up, is there any kind of, you know, intense situations that occur, and like any kind of other things that maybe switch up kind of a dynamic of your
Yeah, I mean, we definitely see a different side of Maggie and Jordan's relationship, which is a bit of a teaser, but we do see it in the pilot. And that has its own peaks and valleys, and stumbling through a romantic relationship, trying to maintain a friendship. It's very real, I would say. Trying to think of the other relationships that kind of blossom out of this season. Mel, what do you think?
I think, well, Mel and Ruby have a really good turn of events. I think she learns a lot about how she behaved and worked as a partner, the good stuff and the bad stuff. And I think that really helps Mel reevaluate who she is as, you know, a person in a relationship, which I think is really cool, because sometimes I think, you know, you can think that you're never wrong, but, you know, until you have like a person that's like, well, you know, you weren't this or that way, you know, I think it's really cool to see Mel be kind of reflective of that.
Yeah. No problem.
Okay, we'll get back to Kristin Maldonado.
Hello. So as you guys are heading into season 4, obviously you've had these incredible, you know, past seasons of experience working together. And so I was wondering if you had a favorite scene or maybe a moment that you're most proud of over the course of these 4 seasons so far.
I mean, we've had so many good scenes, but
we've had so many good scenes.
But for me, like, I was thinking about like one of my favorite Sarah Jeffery scenes, I believe season 2, where you talk about like your dad and like the little ballerina box, and like,
oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and I for some reason I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, that's a solid scene for. It was just a great scene for like the relationship and You were
Yeah,
so,
thanks.
you were so like vulnerable, and like it was like the first time where like we kind of saw that she wasn't just bubbly happy, that there was a lot of like stuff going on, which I thought was a really good turn of events for the character.
No.
Yeah.
I remember watching your scene in season 1 where you have to erase Nico's memory. I was sobbing. I was sobbing offset. It was like, yeah, it was so moving. But together, there's a scene I just had to ADR. I don't know if you had to ADR it as well. But it is so beautiful, and it's probably one of my favorite Mel and Maggie moments. It's like a 10-second scene, but it's really beautiful.
Oh, honestly, like season 1 when they body swap, like it was so ridiculous.
So fun.
Having
so fun.
Play Sarah and be like, how would you say this? Like, how would you do this?
So fun.
You would do it, and then I would try to like mimic it. And so we were each trying to like act like each other throughout this episode.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
That was fun getting to dress like the character of Maggie and vice versa. And it was just like really wacky. And it
was so fun. Yeah, it was a great time.
Let's kind of go in that direction, kind of quirky.
Yeah, I get to do something different.
For sure.
I love that you guys said all my favorite moments, and I love that little just bonding moment between you two, your favorite moments of each other. Beautiful.
So fun.
Good.
All right, next up will be James.
All right, you ladies have done such a wonderful job of teasing stuff without spoiling anything. So I'm going to challenge you one more time because you've got a brand new big bad this season. I know we can't say the name, but how much can you tease for us about what makes this particular big bad so terrifying?
No, you want to go?
He seems very, I don't know, when you see him, he just seems like a normal person, but he's evil in the way that he just preys on people's vulnerabilities, and he kind of targets a group of people that feel very I can't really say.
I know. He's a master manipulator.
There you go. Perfect.
And that is all I can give you.
Yeah, because if not, it'll really just, you got to see it.
But he's also, I've been saying, like, he's probably my favorite villain we've had. Yeah.
That's excellent. Thank you.
Hey. Jamie, we're back to you for one more.
We've been a Book of Shadows has been an iconic part of the original Charmed, and it was there for season 1. Will we be seeing it make a return in the near future?
Can't really say. You gotta.
I mean, I will say that there are like callbacks to our first season, like a few sprinkled in here and there. Particularly the pilot episode, that I've been like, oh wait, this feels like deja vu because we've done it before, kind of. That doesn't answer your question, but it's about all I can give you without getting a tap on the hand.
Yeah, right.
I appreciate it.
Hey, Roll, another question for me?
Hi, so the past couple of seasons, we've seen that Jordan has been involved, and then this question is for you, Sarah, has been involved with the magic and has been integral with the group. In this coming season, especially with his new power, how involved will he be in the magic this season?
Yeah, he's right in there. He's right in the action, which I think has been like, it's been really nice to have him become even more of an like integral part of the team. Because before he was like the human that knows, like the friend, the one that's in on the secret, but now he's like really in. And yeah, we see it in the first episode of season 4, and you're going to continue to see it in different ways. And yeah, he really pulls through. So it's been really fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, let's get back to Trey.
Yes. So during the season, well, when the show is in season, you all engage with fans on social media. What is the wildest fan theory that you've seen about the show? Unless it's gonna happen. If it's gonna happen, then I guess don't mention it. But what's the wildest fan theory that you think you've come across when seeing tweets and comments about the series?
Can't tell you right now.
I would say, and I don't think this happens, that Maggie and Harry are going to get together. Like, I'm sorry to the one person on the internet who's really wanting that to happen. It's just not.
I think they call you guys Haggy or something.
They call us Haggy, and I'm like, listen, I appreciate it, but
it's hilarious.
It's so funny. They're like, they really think it's going to happen, but I don't think it is.
You're gonna hurt that one fan, I guess.
I know. I'm sorry, and maybe who knows? No, it won't.
Thank you.
Okay, Kuyo, back to you.
Man, I was trying to. Some of my questions got taken up from everybody else, so thank you, everybody else. So I'm trying to I was trying to brainstorm real quick. Anything else you want to maybe add that maybe we didn't come across thus far, Melonie and Sarah?
Yeah, I think did we touch upon like all of the new characters?
Yeah, there's some really exciting new characters.
Yeah, there's a new set called the Blue Camellia, and it's just a whole new magical world that's going to be reintroduced, and every day, there's like somebody new, and
yeah,
personally enjoy it because we're in the hair and makeup trailer and we get to like see all the like new hair and makeup looks and costume looks, but it's really fun and it kind of broadens the world of magic a lot more.
Definitely.
And it kind of like lets the charmed ones interact with other people outside of their
small circle.
Yeah.
What else? I really hope people like the season because it's been really fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you both. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We will wrap up with one last question from Kristin.
Oh yeah. You're muted.
Well, Pa, you could get it right after 2 years, but okay. So, to comparison for the past seasons with this new dark character, where do you think on the challenging scale do you find this character?
Well, I don't know. What do you think, Mel? I feel like it's different because he's.
Well, I mean, it's challenging in the sense that he plays a lot of tricks and he's very like it's very puzzling. I think that like, trying to figure out what he's really meaning and what he's really gonna do, and it's really hard to kind of like track him because no one knows where he lives and like or how to get a hold of him.
No one knows his real identity.
So I think it's very confusing for them in that way. Like usually I think the big bad, they kind of knew a little bit more, but this
it's almost creepy because he's got like a civilian quality, like he could be anyone kind of thing. So I think it's like a little off-putting and uncomfortable because of that. And also just that he is like I was saying, a master manipulator and puzzling in a literal and figurative sense.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. Well, first, huge thanks to Melonie and Sarah. Thank you for taking the time.
No problem.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. I really hope you enjoyed the season.
Yeah, same here.
Thanks.
Bye.
Have a great
Appreciate
afternoon.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye.